It takes a lot for me to admit something like this, but I'm on Twitter, right? I asked my followers to tweet me a picture of their favourite Transformer from their collection. I got a lot more responses than I thought I would, and it was great to see such a varied selection of bots from a whole history of the franchise. From G1 to Kingdom, third party stuff, there was something there for everyone. And it got me thinking, if I really had to choose one Transformers toy to call my favourite of all time, what would it be? Now, you've probably twigged already what that toy is, and it feels so basic, doesn't it? I mean, Optimus Prime? It's so boring, man. Who chooses Optimus Prime? Well, I'll mix it up a little bit because I'm going with Generation 2 Optimus Prime. Yeah, that shut you up, didn't it? Bet you feel pretty stupid now. He's so different from the G1 version, you'll, look, look, he's still pretty cool, okay? I genuinely don't think they created a toy that feels as much fun as Optimus Prime. Sure, he's a little less posable than his Kingdom counterpart. He's a very simple transformer, but that's exactly what makes him so much fun. Anyone can transform Optimus Prime. There's not a ton of difference between the base Optimus toy and his G1 counterpart. I've got the reissue Optimus from the commemorative series in 2002. G2's got longer smokestacks, a much lighter blue colour in his head and his legs. Mine's got no forearm stickers for some reason. Oh, and in case his trailer wasn't a dead giveaway that he was a robot in disguise, he's also got a classy calf tattoo with the G2 Autobot symbol. He got it there so you could still see it when he wears shorts. I just love this toy. It's a nostalgia thing, sure. There are tons of toys, especially Optimus Prime toys, that have got more articulation or features, but I'll never get sick of taking the OG Prime off the shelf and messing around with him. Even the fact that he can't hold his rifle properly doesn't bother me. Transformation's so simple, and you can even store his daft removable fists in the cab if you feel inclined. It's just a perfect Optimus Prime. I don't think many toys in recent years have come close to nailing exactly how Prime should look in this mode. It's just the best. Honestly, if you were to take him away, add some head swivel, waist swivel, integrate the hands into the forearms, I'll buy it again, probably twice. The trailer is where the exciting G2 changes really come in. Instead of the classic grey trailer, we've got this bitchin' black and red beast with huge chrome Autobot symbol on the front. We'll get to that later, but pop off these spring-loaded cannons and you can give them to Prime. So you can actually hold the gun forwards for once. Trailer is packed with features, most of them being carryovers from the original Prime. So just swing those stabiliser legs out and pull down the tailgate. Then open the sucker up. First up is the mechanic robot. Swing them up and deploy the radar and the robot claw. You also get these missiles that do absolutely shit all. It's just a fun little repair droid, and you can use him to patch up Prime, perhaps if he's been shot in the side a few times, has to trade his knuckles in for dirt. There's also a space for Diaclone drivers, but I don't have any of those. You know, I tried a few alternatives, but nothing was really small enough to fit inside. It's a real shame. There are a few bays for Diaclone lads to sit in, and look at these gorgeous stickers. I do really love looking over them and figuring out what their functions are. I know this was probably just like a day's work for some intern graphic designer back in the 80s, but I like to find deeper meaning, you know? We also have Roller, he's the plucky extension of Optimus Prime, who farts around in this little six-wheeler. You can launch him with surprising velocity too, connect up the fuel pump and the nozzle, and Roller's ready to help out his thirsty Autobot pals. Finally, we've got the biggest new addition to G2 Optimus, the Sound and Lights module. 3 sounds accompanied each time by these honestly quite shitty LEDs. The sounds make up for it though. We have a laser noise, a truck sound, and best of all, that's right, he is Optimus Prime. Couldn't they have gotten Peter Cullen in for this, or even nicked something from the show? Maybe it was a rights thing still. I couldn't change it, even if I could. It's so funny to me. You can plonk the whole thing onto Prime's back if you're looking to give him major problems later in life. Still, it's a really nice feature. Overall, I can't recommend any G1 variant of Optimus Prime enough. Even the base Optimus on its own is worth having. You'll never regret it unless you do. Before we go, we just want to say thank you to everyone who subscribed recently and joined our little group. Repugnus and I couldn't be happier to breach 3,000 subscribers, so thank you all, and there's a lot more to come.
Hey, when are we going to start getting paid for this?
Oh, look, here, have a biscuit.
A caramel log? Oh, big time.